Hello and welcome to the Audi FIS Alpine Ski Racing World Cup Finals, coming to you live from Saalbach, Hinterglemm, and live on FIS TV. We're heading into the last three races of the men's and women's World Cup Tour, and before we bring you the action of the 7th Men's Super G, let's bring you up to date with the Constructors' Championships for Men's Super Giant Slalom. Head clear of Stockley and Atomic as we go into the final race, and the overall Constructors' Championship standing for the men: Rossignol, Atomic, Head and Stockley. Fischer making up the top 5. Congratulations to the Rossignol team, who are hoping to score more points in today's race with Cyprien Sarrazin, and of course in Sunday's downhill, which will be the final competition of these World Cup finals, the final competition of the Audi FIS Alpine Ski Racing World Cup Tour for 2024. Now today it's a classic shootout between Switzerland's Marco Odermatt and Vincent Kriechmayr of Austria. Both former winners here in Saalbach back in 2021, when Odermatt won the Super G and Kriechmayr won the downhill. Points difference? Well, there's 81 points difference between Odermatt, who leads the Super G standings, and Kriechmayr, who lies second. But Odermatt must finish in at least the top 10 today to secure the title. Kriechmayr must win, and he will hope that the Swiss and world number 1 will finish outside of the top 15. A quick reminder that World Cup points at the finals are only given from position 1 all the way down to 15th, rather than 1 to 30 in a normal World Cup competition. So there's a bit of pressure as these temperatures continue to warm here. Snow track is almost perfect, but from +9 to +10 degrees Celsius on the mountain this morning, The snow will be soft, spring-like conditions, and will be a test for the best male ski racers in the world. And Kriekmeier has drawn bib 14, Odermatt has drawn bib 15. And of course, both of those racers would have liked to have started with a much earlier number. There are just 23 skiers in today's 7th and final Super G of the season. And I'm delighted to announce Max Peratona, the 2024 World Junior Champion from the Val Gardena Valley, which has been a long-standing host to the World Cup Tour. And then, of course, many of you will remember it was Val Gardena that kick-started this Super G season onto Bormio, Wengen, Garmisch for a double, Kvitfjell back on the 18th of February, and now on the 22nd of March, over a month later, we finally get the 7th Super G here underway at the Saalbach Hinterglemm World Cup Finals for 2024. And there's one other factor that will really add to the competition level of today's race. Saalbach Hinterglemm will be hosting the FIS Alpine Ski Racing World Championships for 2025. We will be back here live on FIS TV next year, and it's a valuable practice for many of those skiers that have qualified for this last race of the season. Hello and welcome to the Audi FIS Alpine Ski Racing World Cup Finals, coming to you live here on FIS TV from Saalbach Hinterglemm in the heart of the Salzburger land of the Austrian Alps. It is the final men's Super G of the season. They have contested 6th, and this 7th and final race will decide the Crystal Globe. Marco Odermatt goes up against Vincent Kriekmeier in the Super G standings. Both, of course, former winners. Odermatt is the defending Super G champion, with Kriekmeier winning this Crystal Globe in 2021 for the Austrian team. Gino Caviezel will get the action underway. Arnaud Boisset will be the 5th skier. And it's going to be fascinating, I have to say, because you can see how much the athletes are stripping down. Plus 9 to 10 degrees Celsius from top to bottom of the racetrack. Many of the athletes, including Cyprien Sarrazin on screen there, packing the shells of the boots with snow, trying to stop them softening too much. It's great to have Sarrazin back on tour over a month away due to an injury he sustained in Kvitfjell, Norway. That was the last Super G of the men's World Cup tour. Rafael Harter for Austria, a skier that is finding good form to the end of the season. But the focus today will clearly be on Kriegmeier and Odermatt. For Odermatt, he just needs to ski the way he has been all season long. He tops the standings on 450 points and has been on the podium in every one of his races this season. In the overall standings, he's already secured that globe with 2 races to go, today's Super G and Sunday's downhill, ahead of Maillard and Manu Feller. Mathematically, there is a chance that Kriegmeier, who is 81 points behind Odermatt, could lift the Super G title. Odermatt picked up a DNF, remember, in the giant slalom last weekend, and something like that will need to happen to give Kriegmeier a shot at the Crystal Globe. There's Odermatt's win last season, Kriegmeier in 2021. Dominic Paris racing here as well, a former Super G winner in 2019. The Crystal Globe, the discipline title, is something so special to these racers. The big globe is the ultimate, giving the skier world #1 status, but the discipline title is very valuable indeed, not only with the skier's sponsors and equipment, also for the racer themselves. Now, we're on the Uli Meyer racetrack, named after the 2 times World Super G champion Ulrike Meyer, who sadly passed away after a crash in Garmisch-Partenkirchen in 1994. I'm delighted that they have named this racetrack after such a special female racer who was so sadly taken away for us. Conditions, well, they're a little bit warm, I have to say. But let's take a look at this racetrack with Joachim Puchner. Super G, remember, brings the high speed of downhill with the technical turns. Technical turns come on the lower part of the challenge. A couple of big jumps, Ulmeier Sprung and the Panorama Sprung, then through the Rossboden Buchfleck, then the Sandal Curve. Daytona's not as banked as it would have normally been, and then into the Zielschuss. Section of the piece becomes a little more technical and tight in the turns. Speeds will be high, over 120 kilometers an hour. I'd predict that the top speed through the gun will be today. And also, one of the special rules of these World Cup finals, top 25 in the World Cup discipline standings qualify to race at the finals, but also we invite the World Junior Champion, and we're all looking forward to seeing young Max Peratona, the World Junior Champion from the Porte du Soleil, picking up his first bit of World Cup experience. Swiss fans are ready to celebrate. Could be a huge day for Switzerland, as Odermatt needs to dig deep and find one more big race result today and another on Sunday to secure the Super G titles, where he battles it out with Kriegmeier. Live on FIS TV here right now, and on Sunday for the final downhill of the men's Audi FIS Alpine Ski Racing World Cup Tour. And that time Odermatt goes up against Cyprien Sarrazin, who has come back from injury for a shot at the downhill title. Last won in 1997 by a Frenchman, the great Luc Alphon. For the crowds, it's a wonderful atmosphere in the grandstand. These warm conditions in the sunshine. Watching Super G today. Women's downhill tomorrow, men's downhill on Sunday. Let's take a look at the starting order. Kavietzel for the Swiss team will get the action underway. Loic Meillard is an informed racer and has been skiing brilliantly in the spring-like snow condition. Then let's get into the big names. Counting bib at number 6, is Stefan Rogentin. Now, we've had one downhill training practice, and Stefan was top of the table. His confidence is high. Jeff Reed to the podium this season in downhill, goes with bib number 7 for the Canadian team. Canadian team set the course today. Cyprien Sarrazin, welcome back to the personable Frenchman, away with injury since a tumble in Kvitfjell. Another Frenchman to watch carefully, Niels Allegre, goes with 9. Young rising star from the Swiss team, Franjo van Almen, qualifying for his first World Cup finals with bib 10. Raphael Haase, an Austrian racer, finding good form in the latter part of the tour. Guglielmo Bosca, qualifying for his first World Cup finals with bib 12. 13 is Dominic Paris, the 2019 World Cup Super G champion and the Italian number 1. 14 is Kriegmeier, needs to win this and see this man, Marco Odermatt, struggle. Odermatt has been a model of consistency. He's been on the podium in 5 out of 6 races so far this season. He's won 2 of them, but Kriegmeier has won 2 as well. And Kriegmeier won the last Super G on the Men's World Cup Tour in Kvitfjell. It was a long time ago, 18th of February. Loic Meillard, again a skier that is enjoying brilliant end-of-season form due to the DNF of Odermatt in the giant slalom last weekend. Loic Meillard won that. Also 4th in the slalom this past Sunday. 3 podiums from 3 races in Aspen, Colorado, including his first win in slalom. Loic Meillard is out here today showing how versatile his skiing skills truly are for the Swiss team. Many thanks to Mickey Kugler and his team from ORF for some fabulous production at these World Cup finals. We'll take a first look at this racetrack at full pace and speed with Gino Caviezzo, Swiss racer, to get the action underway. Caviezzo has a different agenda to other racers in this competition. He's gone no better than 10th and 13th. He would dearly love to come away with a top 10 performance to secure a top seed start number heading into the 24-25 season that will start this coming October. It won't be long, the off-season. It's the Audi FIS Alpine Ski Racing World Cup Tour and the 7th and final giant slalom of the season here in Saalbach, Hinterglemm. Nick Fellows in the commentary box, live on FIS TV. Gino Caviezzo from Lenzerheide in Switzerland is our first athlete out on course. It's a little soft and mushy, very important to hold that racing line. First of the 2 big jumps on the upper section, named after the late and great Uli Meyer. Then the Panorama Sprung. Up to 120, 125. Oh, just shy of 130 kilometers per hour. 80 mph in a Super G is very fast indeed. Now, for me, I believe the earlier start numbers will have the advantage. Gino Caviezzo needs to take full advantage of a smooth, clean race piste here. Technical turns coming in the mid to lower section and the closeout. Gino Caviezzo looks to set the early pace. 3 podiums, yet to win 1 on the World Cup Tour. But a former giant slalom racer has made massive improvements in that Super G, and he's heading for downhill next season, we're told. 1 minute 14.13. Caviezzo, the early leader. Look to be clean and error-free from our perspective here. Ooh, look at that for a turn on the inside ski. Let's move to the United States of America. This is Jared Goldberg, 32-year-old American downhiller from Utah, USA. Really enjoying the new coach to the American team this season, Mark Tilston, taking on the position as men's head team coach for USA. And they're really starting to make some breakthroughs. Delighted that Jared has qualified in the downhill and in Super G for these World Cup finals. Comfortably quicker than Kvyatzel through into sector time 1. Has the clock 0.29. The panorama sprung. It's really important to set up and hold that position, landing the skis right on that racing line. Still with the green light, 0.27, right side of the clock for Goldberg here. PB on the Super G Tour of 10th. His second result is 18th, so Goldberg on a mission to put in a big result here, not in the hunt for the Globes. But a good point score could secure himself a top seed start number in there now. 122 kilometers per hour. Good speed here. Over 75 mph. But Goldberg loses it in the closeout. That is quite a surprise. 0.13 off the pace. The American goes into second position. Comfortably clear of Kvyatzel on the upper part of the challenge. Big flight off the Uli Meyer jump. Technical turns on the lower pitch that just took a little bit of the pace out of the performance. Goldberg goes second. Kriechmeier right in the middle of his warm-up routine. Austria will be next in the gate. Kriechmeier goes 14. Babinski is next to go, wearing bib number 3. For me, Babinski, big breakthrough in both downhill and Super G this season. 3 results in the top 10 for Super G, 2 results in the top 10 for downhill, including a PB in downhill of 4th in Kitzbühel. No shortage of commitment here. A very exciting, dynamic racer to watch. But for Babinski, you start to consistently hit the top 10. It's then the podium that is next on the target. 3-5 for Babinski. As we said with the women's Super G, this spring snow, very difficult to absolutely conquer. And of course, it's something that the athletes get little time to train on. You have to have a very soft touch. And as these temperatures still rising here, some of the gates where the fertilizer has worked have got a firm, compact base. Others are very soft and sluggy. And that feeling on the turning ski is crucial. Babinski's off the pace. Didn't really get the speed on the upper section. Babinski goes into 3rd place. Good to see Roswitha Stadlober, the president of the Austrian Skiverband, in the crowd supporting her athletes, formerly known as Roswitha Steiner, former World Cup slalom champion herself. Babinski not quite getting the touch on the snow, finding the pace and speed. There's Marco, just arriving at the top. Little disappointed to have to start with bib number 15. Zoe Chastain, head of the athletes for the Swiss team. No emotion at all, but watching this gentleman very carefully. This is Loic Meyer on the podium in Super G this season with a brilliant 3rd position in Garmisch-Partenkirchen. Won the giant slalom here in Saalbach Hinterglemm last weekend. Some of his first World Cup podiums came here in Hinterglemm back in 2018. He loves this track, and he really does know how to perform. What impresses me the most, 4th in the slalom last weekend and 1st in the giant slalom. The skis are longer, the speeds are higher, and here's Loic Meyer. No problem whatsoever. Holding that aerodynamic shape to cut through the air, effective and efficiently as possible, and he's holding it a split second longer than many of the others before him, and that keeps the green light comfortably with Loic. Brilliant season, 1st World Cup slalom win, giant slalom victory, podium in Super G, another racer that is poised to strike next season for the overall Big Globe. Loic Meyer goes top of the table. Remember, this is just a 1-run shootout today, and look at the time advantage, 0.74. quicker than Kvyat, Goldberg and Babinski. Oh, Loic Meillard can do nothing wrong in this spring snow condition. He just loves the race piece here in Saalbach. Could that be his second podium? Super G this season. Skillful skiing. I just love it when a tech-based racer like Meillard, slalom and giant slalom, makes that move up into Super G and makes the breakthrough. Loic Meillard leads for Switzerland. New target time at 1 minute 13.39 seconds. Arnaud Boisset of the Swiss team. Youngster that's had a brilliant rookie year on the World Cup Tour. Getting better and better with every race. 4 top 15s, 2 top 10s in Super G, and a top 10 in downhill. Yet another star in the making from this impressive Swiss squad. The breakthrough Arnaud has had in his first full season, and look at this. Looking like a season campaign. This is only his 13th World Cup start. It's brilliant. Now, can he hold that green light after this midsection here? Working the technical turn, but trying to stay as low and as compact as possible to cut through the air. 800ths off the pace. Boisset could put Switzerland 1 and 2 here. It's runner-up position for Arnaud Boisset. Good skiing again. Swiss fans are loving it. Meillard leads, Boisset second, Kvyat third, Switzerland 1, 2 and 3. And they still have Marco Odermatt to come. Loic Meillard know that Boisset is coming stronger and stronger with every race. Another skier to watch for next season. And there's another skier from the Swiss team that could also put the cat among the pigeons here. Stefan Rogentin. Rogi, they call him on the Swiss squad. Fastest man in the one and only downhill practice earlier this week. A lot of the athletes had different tactics for that practice session, but take nothing away from Rogentin here. 29-year-old gave himself a huge confidence boost. And you see there, off the Ullimeyer Sprung, just hits the soft snow a little hard, but just lets the jump float him through the air. Panorama Sprung, no problems at all. This skier has been a model of consistency on the men's Super G Tour, in the points in all 6 of the races leading up to today. The slowest 16th position in the opener in Val Gardena, the quickest 7th in the first of the doubleheaders in Garmisch-Partenkirchen. Halfway point, just 1/100th off the pace. Oh, Swiss team are looking brilliant today. Tying with Loic Meillard into the closeout now. Tricky section from sunlight shade to sunlight. Rogentin is good here. Rogentin is top. 300ths of a second. The right side of the clock. Switzerland, 1, 2, 3, 4. All the top positions. But it's Rogentin who records the fastest time at this point in the race. Takes the target to 1 minute 13.36. Skillful skiing from Rogentin, brimming with confidence after topping the table in downhill training, bringing that confidence to today's final Super G. And Stefan leads. Meillard applauds. Rogentin leads. Let's hope somebody can stop the Swiss dominance here. Here's Jeffrey Reed of Canada, son of the great Ken Reed, an Canadian, I should say, World Cup winner back in the 80s. Ken, very much involved with the FIS and the Canadian Ski Association. big breakthrough for Reed. Second in the last Super G of the season. And that was his first ever career podium. He would dearly love to back it up. But it was over a month ago. Reed looked a little nervous, didn't he, at the top? But now that familiar, relaxed and skillful style comes into play. Just lets himself drop a little low and late in the line. His dad, a winner in Kitzbühel back in 1980. Finally, Jeffrey stepping out of the shadow of his dad's performances. Oh, there's a big mistake. He's lost a lot of pace and speed there. Caught in the soft snow, a few from home. Fifth position for Jeffrey Reed. Looking forward to seeing Jeff come back for the 24-25 tour. Just a few errors that when he watches them on the team video tonight, he will be very disappointed with. Hasn't got enough pressure, edge and direction at the top of the turn, particularly on the closing turns. And it's the lower part of the race piece where the track is softening all of the time. You get caught in that mush outside of the line. Frustrating. His coach, Chris Powers, set this Super G track for the last race of the season in this discipline. Here we go, Cyprien Sarrazin. Welcome back to the French superstar. So like Luc Alphon in many ways, from the south of France, a late developer with his winning run. But Sarrazin has been an absolute joy to follow this season. Doing the double in Kitzbühel, but then a track. Oh, Sarrazin, be careful. Leaning in off the flight there of the Uli Meyer jump. Second quickest in the downhill training run. He's just the only racer that can stop Marco Odermatt taking the downhill globe today. On Sunday, I should say. Here he comes over the horizon. Sarrazin, 0.38 off the pace. He won a Super G this season in Wengen. Part of his build-up to the double victory in the downhills of Kitzbühel. But with 6 weeks away and only 3 days of training under his belt, has Sarrazin got the pace to challenge today? And of course, on the final downhill of the season, live on FIS TV this coming Sunday morning. Sarrazin a little deep and low in the line. That will add a tenth or two. Sarrazin a little scrappy in the closeout. Sarrazin goes fourth. It's Sunday where he's looking for the big results. Yes, he knows he was a little lucky on one or two of those turns, particularly this gate. He's falling in on the inside, takes flight. Amazing timing, skill and balance to recover. But it's got to be cleaner than this if Sarrazin is to defeat Marco Odermatt on Sunday and take the Crystal Globe back to France. A French downhiller hasn't won the Crystal Globe in downhill since 1997. And Sarrazin, very aggressive in the closeout, but in speed, that is not the fastest way down the mountain. Let's stay with the French team carrying bib number 9, Niels Allegre. Don't worry, the big names are still to come. Kriechmeier starts with 14, Odermatt starts with bib 15. Niels Allegre, the big breakthrough this season in Garmisch-Partenkirchen. First ever World Cup win. He's also had some really nice results in downhill. 5 top 10 results. Allegre has come of age on tour for this season. It's taken him a while. Now 30 years of age. It often seems that way with the French skiers. 30 years of age, he finally has his breakthrough. Allegre will be more than happy to race for the next 5, 6, 7 years. Like Claret, of course, who held on until he was 39 on the tour and was still knocking off the podiums on a regular basis. 9/10 off the pace for Niels Allegre. He's done nothing wrong this season. A well-earned break is on the cards, but he'll be back in summer training and testing very soon. 8th position for Niels. Sarrazin, the best of the French, lying fourth. Stefan Rogentin still leads for the Swiss team.
Die Gefühle unten ist nicht gut und sie sind immer so unsicher. Ja, nein, ja, nein.
Just needs one more big result here today.
So wählen, kein Problem und mutig fahren.
And another star with a clear example of the strength and depth of the Swiss team right now is Franjo van Almen. Just 22 years of age and only his 15th World Cup start. First full season, a rookie as we say, on the World Cup tour for this season. And the breakthrough came in Garmisch-Partenkirchen, the second of the double Super Gs, where Franjo took third position. Also fifth in the last downhill of the men's tour. Fighting the mountain just a little here. We need to see it a little bit smoother, cleaner, with a touch of finesse on the turn. Not quite there for Franjo on the upper section. But this young lad, another talented and another Swiss racer with the big breakthrough this season. And what he lacks in experience and miles under the skis on the World Cup Tour, he makes up with a very dynamic, exciting style and technique. Look how he's trying to pinch the line and make up time here. First World Cup finals, of course, for a rookie. First podium on tour. 15 World Cup starts. Franjo van Almen off the pace today, down into ninth position, but another youngster that has made a brilliant breakthrough on the Audi FIS Super G Tour for 2024. Switzerland still holding all of the podium positions here today. Rogentin leads, Maillard second, Boisset is third, Sarrazin fourth, and again the Swiss team in fifth position with Gino Caviazzel. Over to Stefan Rogentin with congratulations into the athletes area, giving them a chance to just bring the adrenaline down and calm a little. Rogentin knows that the big guns are still to make their challenge. Will not be celebrating just yet. His potential first World Cup win of his career. There's Kriegmeier in the shootout with Odermatt for the title. Raphael Haase, who's lying third in the standings, will be next in the gate for the Austrian team. The umbrellas are out to keep the heat off the athletes, not the rain. Haase, great season for Raphael, big breakthrough again. 2 podiums from 6 races, in the top 10 in 4 of those 6. And a good result here today will secure third position in the Super G standings. And that is a huge PB for Raphael. Sister Ricardo also at these World Cup finals. This brother and sister combo, both strong skiers. Perfect timing there off the Panorama Sprung. High, early, clean. Building some big speed now into the mid part of the challenge. One off the pace. In this midsection, the accuracy of the turn is the key to success here. And with soft snow, it is so easy to over-edge that turning ski, allowing it to dig a little deeper than it needs to in the soft snow. Now 1.1 off the pace for Haase. Just about hold the top 10. Rafael Haase, 9th position. In a safe position, 4th spot in the standings is Boschke of Italy. I believe that's Raphael's father there, looking on. It's look at Kriechmeier, side by side with Odermatt. Kriechmeier will start first of the two chasing the title. Number 12 is at Guglielmo Bosca. Argentine still leads for Switzerland. Target time set at 1 minute 13.36. Big breakthrough for Guglielmo this season. Two on the podium in the Super G at Garmisch-Partenkirchen. Boschke lies 4th in the Super G standings. 47 points behind Rafael Haase. Big result. With Haase down to 9th, could take him up into 3rd in the Super G standings. We'll have to watch Boschke, then Kriechmeier and Odermatt before that is decided, but there is a chance. Mathematically, Boschke still could steal that 3rd spot from Rafael Haase. Right now he's quicker than the Austrian, but just being punched a little low and late in the line. Guglielmo Boschke goes ahead of Rafael Haase into 7th position. Check on the computer. But at the moment, Haase, with the way the current standings lie, has done enough to stay ahead of Boschke. Argentine has now moved up into 4th position, Boschke down to 5. Still some very talented racers to go. Dominic Paris is next in the gate, the powerhouse of the Italian team, the 2019 World Cup Super G champion. Now, Paris is one of those skiers that is perhaps the most experienced in the competition today. 22 wins at 47 podiums. No reason why Dominic Paris can find something special here. Those of you that have been following the Men's Super G Tour this season will know that Dominic was 3rd in the last Super G. Vidfjell, Norway, back on the 18th of February. Good pace and tempo heading into the mid part of the challenge here. Top 10 results in Super G from 6 starts will keep Paris in the top seed for next season. 0.79 off the pace. Dominic Paris looking for the top 5 now. And Paris holds the tuck all the way to the line. 5th position for the Italian, Dominic Paris. Once again showing his consistency on the tour for this season. I would say watch out for Dominic in the downhill tomorrow. Let's get into the chase for the Tour title. Argentine leads. Kriechmeier is next in the gate. There's Marco Odermatt starting immediately after the Austrian #1. Now, Kriechmayr won the Super G Crystal Globe in 2021. He's also won the downhill here in Saalbach in that same year. Kriechmayr, dual task. Take the lead away from Rogentin, put the pressure on Marco Odermatt. Remember, he's trailing Odermatt by 81 points. Big jump off the Uli Meyer. Then quickly again, the second Panoramasprung. Again, a little off balance, not quite perfect with the timing. And 100th or two will have been lost here. 0.33 off the pace at sector 1. Kriechmayr now 0.44, pays the price for a couple of messy jumps. Regains that line, this wonderful, skillful, smooth technique. Kriechmayr makes it look so easy when this is a very tough challenge indeed. Sector 3 will be the make or break for the Austrian, and the light stays red. 0.65 will put Kriechmayr just outside of the top 5 when a victory is needed. Kriechmayr goes into 5th position. Kriechmayr 0.76. There's a golden opportunity now for Marco Odermatt to take the title. Those were the jumps that we were referring to. That's only 45 points scored. And that certainly helps Odermatt. Even if Odermatt were to fall now, he could still win this. But Odermatt's looking to go out in style. Overall champion. Giant slalom champion. Looking for 2 globes this weekend. Today the Super G, Sunday the downhill. This is the world #1. Looking to turn it on for the 7th and final time in Super Giant Slalom. Only off the podium once this season in Garmisch-Partenkirchen. Wins in Bormio, wins in Garmisch, 3rd in the last round in Kvitfjell. Odermatt now needs to be light and in the best possible position over those skis to cut through the air and find speed. Odermatt 0.48 off the pace, but quicker than Kriechmayr. Rogentin is looking good for the win here, but the Swiss superstar is looking good for the Tour title. He can afford to back off a little. The tactic today is win the globe, not necessarily the race. Finding beautiful skill and speed in the mid. Oh, that's a late low turn. Odermatt again in trouble in the closeout. Marco Odermatt goes into 5th position. That's enough. Tour title goes to Marco Odermatt. The Swiss fans have come in their thousands today, and Odermatt has delivered. Marco Odermatt wins the Super G title. Look at this setup. Great pictures in the start gate. Just lost that racing line a little in the closeout. Skipped a heartbeat, I'm sure, because it was that kind of error that caused the DNF in the giant slalom last weekend here in Saalbach. But I can confirm Marco Odermatt successfully defends his Super G Globe here in Saalbach, winning back-to-back Super Giant Slalom discipline titles. And it's 3 out of 3 overall. Giant Slalom, Super G. And he's hoping for the downhill globe to make it 4 here on Sunday. Rogentin, Loic Meillard, Arnaud Boisset, then Marco Odermatt. What a day for the Swiss team. I think we have 6 or 7 of them in the top 10. But the headline story belongs to Marco Odermatt. Adding the Super G title to his overall and giant slalom title. Looking to join Hermann Maier as the last man to win 4 World Cup Crystal Globes in a single season. Hermann Maier did it in 2000, 2001. And Odermatt's looking to join him, but it's Stefan Rogentin that is looking very good to have won this 7th and final Super G of the season. And the first win of his career. There's Kriegmeier and Odermatt. They have nothing but respect for each other as athletes. Still, Cameron Alexander, Cassé, Maurissier, Crawford, Ryan Cochrane-Siegel, Fürstein, Dankelmeyer, and the world junior champion with bib number 23, Max Peratona, to wrap up this race today. Huge pressure on Odermatt, who delivers once again. Alexandra. 26-year-old Canadian racer, coached by Johnny Cachera of Team Canada. Good to see this Canadian downhiller who was on the podium in the last downhill of the Men's World Cup Tour. 2 top 10s in Super G this season. He makes the same mistake as Odermatt on those closing turns. It's caught low and late in that racing line where the snow is very soft, slows you down very quickly. Cameron Alexandra wraps up his Super G Tour, finishing in 16th position. Oh, and Odermatt and Rogentin, training buddies. Rogentin waits patiently. I think he's done it. Stefan Rogentin, podiums against his name. Never a World Cup winner until today. Cassé is out on course for the Italian team. Speed is in his family DNA. His father, Sandro Cassé, a speed skiing champion back in the 70s. 3 top 10 results, no worse than 16th on the Super G Tour this season for Matteo, Cassé. And to wrap up the 24 Super G Tour with a good result here today. Later numbers having a very soft snow challenge here today. Drop out of that all-important racing line and it's slushy and mushy, to say the least. Cassé, 14th position. Real celebration in the finish area. Packed grandstand. Spring conditions. Quite the direction and the racing line that he was looking and hoping for. Real test today for the world's best. Justin Maurissier. Very powerful athlete, Justin Maurissier. Made a big breakthrough in speed this season. 5th position, his PB in Super G. fourth in downhill. And both of those results came in the Italian resort of Bormio, which will host the men's races of the 2026 Olympic Games, Winter Olympic Games. Maurissier will need to keep that form high. Only 4 athletes per nation allowed into World Champs, hosted here by Saalbach Interglemm in 2025 and the Winter Olympic Games. And look at the strength and depth of the Swiss today. 5 of them in the top 10. Maurissier determined to join that top 10. He's just outside, 17th position, 1.81 seconds off the pace of Stéphane Rogentin, current leader. Four to go before this race is officially in the book. James Crawford, Jack Crawford they call him on the team, the world's supergiant slalom champion from Courchevel, the championships of 2023. Just to confuse matters, they call him Jack on the Canadian team. He's 26 years of age, from Toronto, part of the Whistler and Georgian Peaks Ski Club. 2 brilliant top 10 performances on the World Cup Tour, but a little frustrating when you come off the back of a Worlds with a gold medal in your back pocket, and the season after you really want to show that skill and form on tour. 6th and 5th, his best results for Crawford this season. And they sit alongside 3 top 10s. But James Crawford yet to win a downhill or a Super G on the men's tour. 4 podiums, but yet to win one. Fourteenth position. The later start numbers struggling with the piste condition here. There's Odermatt celebrating. Loic Meillard to the left there. Ryan Cochran-Siegel for the USA next out on track. Very technical, skillful skier, Ryan. But no better than 10th on the Super G Tour for this season. He'd love to sign off with a big result here today. Not sure that late number's going to help him much. Slightly off balance with his flight off the Ullymar, and again he catches the hand in the soft snow, and again that's a better jump and control, but he's already scrubbed off a fair bit of speed and momentum for those errors on the top jump. A little over-aggressive, I would say, in his approach, and that clock goes against him. 1.14 now off the pace. So close to the podium in downhill and Super G. Now he settles it down. Shows the skill, but the damage is done. RCS, as he's known on the men's tour, now 2 seconds off the pace, and the American, even with his skills, will not find that amount of deficit. 2.41 by the end of the challenge. RCS into 20th position. No change in the podiums. It's looking good for a Swiss clean sweep in the 7th and final Super G of the Audi FIS Alpine Ski Racing World Cup Tour. Rogentin has won, Loic Meillard second, Arnaud Boisset third, and Marco Odermatt has secured enough points in 5th position to add the Super G Globe to the giant slalom and overall tour title that he has already secured. Young rising star from Team Austria is Lukas Fürstein, just 22 years of age, and 20 World Cup starts against his name. Top 10 result in giant slalom this season. 4-point scores, 3 in the top 20 to qualify for his first World Cup finals. But again, Lucas here just struggling with the soft, ratted, slushy snow now on the upper and lower part of the track. Racing line is holding up, but if you just slightly come out of that all-important line, the snow on the outside of it will slow you down so quickly. That's a nice turn, sunlight to shade, back to the sunlight. Real test of the visuals as well. It's good skiing. Oh! He clips the penultimate gate way too hard. The airbag takes all the sting out of the crash. Trying to pinch the line and tighten things up. Oh. Catches the edge in the mush. That's Hasse there. They're the Swiss podium place racers, but Fürstein is still down. Oh, he's okay. Oh, now it's just frustration for Lucas. Looks like there's a potential injury to the left knee. The crowds applaud and salute him. Didn't get wrapped up in the netting, but hit the airbag system that surrounds the finish area. He's cut the gate too. He's actually straddled it, which whips him over. He's coming in here at around about 100, 120 kilometers per hour. Then he's in the soft snow. Very little chance of control. Oh, Lucas. Well, he said he was a rookie to the tour and a rookie error. But he does well to save this when he's in emergency mode here. Keeps those legs straight, pushes them away, stopping them from getting rotated or twisted. He misses the netting here and then goes into the airbag with netting behind it, which takes all the energy out of the crash. And right now it looks good. The Fürstein. Bruised and battered. Immediately to the medical services. 2 to go. Daniel Dankelmeier from Filzmoos in the Austrian Alps. Now, Dankelmeier, with just 1 top 10 this season, could actually do 11th, not 10th. Could do with a big result here today to secure a top seed start number for next season. So Dankelmeier taking this last Super G of the season very seriously indeed. Good top section, 0.59 off the pace. Currently skiing in 4th position. Skis rattling on one or two of the turns that still remain. Oh, he's in trouble as well. Dankelmeyer almost went down on the inside there. Like Verstein, living very dangerously in the closing turns. 21st position. And last, but by certainly no means least, the current Super G Junior World Champion is Max Peratone, making his World Cup debut here. Out of the famous Peratone family. His father, a former racer, mother too. Brilliant performance to win that World Junior title, where so many of the big names in the sport began. Marcel Hirscher, Pantero, Odermatt, to name but a few. And Peratone, who won his World Junior Championship title in Châtel, in the Port du Soleil region of the French Alps, ahead of Ander Mintughi of the Spanish team. Livio Hiltbrand was third for Switzerland, beating some very talented young racers. Still only 21 years of age. Valuable experience on a racetrack that will host the World Championships at senior level next February. And learning an awful lot, rubbing shoulders with the best in the world. Max Peratone, 22nd position, getting a huge cheer from the crowd as the youngster makes his World Cup debut here in Saalbach, Hinterglemm today. He's enjoyed every moment of his experience here at the Audi FIS World Cup Finals. But it's Switzerland that have dominated this 7th and final Super G of the season. 1, 2, 3 for Team Switzerland. Rogentin, the winner. Loic Meillard, the runner-up. And Onno Boisset earning his first World Cup podium. First win for Rogentin, first podium for Boisset. Congratulations to the Swiss team. The headline act of the day is Marco Odermatt successfully seeing off the challenge from Kriechmeier and Hosse of Austria to take the Super G discipline title for his second season in a row. Boisset, rookie to the Tour this season, and what a tour he has had. First World Cup podium in the last Super G of the season. In the points in all of his races and wrapping up his tour with a perfect third position. Loic Meillard maintains his brilliant form. Winner of the giant slalom here last weekend, winning a slalom, and now on the podium in Super G. Stefan Rogentin, his first World Cup win in the very last Super G of the season. He's been around a while, he's worked harder and harder. And now Rogentin has finally secured his first ever victory, 29 years of age. The patience pays dividends, and look at this beautiful clean sweep for the Swiss team here in Saalbach, Austria. Onno Boisset, third position. Loic Meillard, second position. Roger Argentine, the winner of today's Super G, and more celebrations for the Swiss ski team, because Marco Odermatt has beaten Vincent Kriechmeier and Raphael Haase for the Super G discipline title, and will lift that crystal globe in just a few moments' time. So confirmation of the clean sweep for the Swiss team: Boisset third, Meillard second, Argentine the winner. Well, Sarrazin coming fourth today means that there will be a huge shootout for the downhill globe this coming Sunday. Sarrazin has already beaten Odermatt, who was down in fifth today, but the one that really matters is the last downhill of the season, coming up live here on FIS TV this coming Sunday morning. The very last race of the Audi FIS Alpine Ski Racing World Cup Tour for 2024. And here's the moment that the Swiss fans have been waiting for. Audi has done it again. Successfully defending the title that he won last season. Back-to-back Super G Crystal Globes for Marco Odermatt. One more challenge left to go for Audi. It's the chase for the downhill globe this coming Sunday. Just love this. A brilliant champion, a great guy, an ambassador for the sport, and he gets better and better. Like fine wine, still so much more to come from Marco Odermatt. Third in the opener, winner in Bormio, second in Wengen, fourth and first in Garmisch, third in Kvitfjell, and fifth position today secures the title for Marco Odermatt, ahead of Vincent Kriechmeier and Raphael Haase.
Marco Odermatt, wow, congratulations. What a day to celebrate this globe with your teammates, all three together on the podium. Make it that even better for you to win this globe today with the team results.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Rogi very deserved his first victory, Loic as well, and Arno his first podium. So they skied. I watched them at the start. They skied amazing. I knew it will be very tough to ski as fast as they did, but today I didn't need to. So I'm very happy with my result and the next globe.
It's the second one in a row. What's the main difference with the one you won last season?
I think for sure last season my Super G season was nearly perfect. It was the first speed globe, so it was probably even a little bit more special, but today I still had to fight for it. It was the first time I had to fight for the globe in the last race, so yeah, you never know what's happened. We know the story from Didier Guche some years ago, so I still was a little bit nervous and yeah, had to bring it home.
This globe today, do you think make it a little bit easier for the downhill on Sunday?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I had a really good feeling on the skis. For sure it wasn't that easy anymore with the warm temperature, but the feeling was still good, so this gives me a lot of confidence for Sunday.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Vielleicht noch ein paar Wörter.
Great words from Marco Odermatt. Bring it on is how I translate those very polite English words. For the battle for the downhill crystal globe. Sarrazin for France, Odermatt for Switzerland. Overall championship titles already been wrapped up. Marco has claimed the big globe for the third time in his career, chasing Marcel Hirschel's record of 8. Super G title for the second time in his career. Congratulations to Kriechmeier and Raphael Haase taking second and third position. Switzerland with those amazing performances, including a 1-2-3 today, understandably topped the Men's Nation Cup ahead of Austria and Norway, making up the top 3 positions. Let's take another look at Stefan Rogentien. They call him Rogie Rogentien on the Swiss team. And let's see this very special performance. He's been around for a long time, one of the hardest working athletes on the tour, and all of that hard work finally pays dividends for Stefan. He's out of the very successful Lenzerheide Ski Club, where the Kavietzels and many other great Swiss ski racers have heralded from. Never better than 7th on the Super G Tour until this last race today. But Rogentien got it all right. A lovely aerodynamic shape, confidence, good balance, and that soft touch against the softening spring-like snow here in Saalbach was perfect. Look how high he is in the setup and execution of the turn. It's smooth, it's clean. You know when a racer has found the balance and the harmony with the mountain, when it starts to look seamless. He's flowing from gate to gate, never pressing the panic button, and holds that aerodynamic shape a split second longer than many. Congratulations to Stefan Rogentien. Brilliant win today. Part of a sensational 1, 2 and 3 for the Swiss ski team. Now, please stay with us live here on FIS TV. We're going down to the official ceremonies on the main stage to see the awards, not only of the races, but also of the 1, 2 and 3 for the season tour titles. Let's take a look at some of the action from the Women's Super G earlier today. Lara Gutberami was locked in a fascinating battle with Federica Brinoni, Italy's most successful World Cup racer with 27 wins. And Brinoni knew, in a similar story to the giant slalom shootout, that she had to win here today to take the Super G title away from Lara Gutberami. Again, Gutberami skied a little cautiously. Rather, Brinoni left everything on the mountain with a spectacular performance. The race was won by Esther Ledecka, Brinoni finishing second, Kajsa Wickhoff Lie of Norway finishing in third position. And once again, Laura Guparami just holding on to claim the Super G title for a brilliant 5th time in her career. Another outstanding performance. I'm sure Fedi would love a few more extra races to wrap up this season. But once again, she has to settle for 2nd position in the Super G standings, as she was in the Giant Slalom standing. She won the Giant Slalom here last weekend, winning the last Super G on the Women's World Cup Tour in Norway before coming here to Saalbach. But is pipped by Guparami for the Super G title. Guys, Vikhoff Lee had been chasing the podium all season and finally delivers in the 9th and final Super G race for the ladies. 4th in her home race in Kvitfjell, back on the 3rd of March. And comes into the World Cup finals to record her 3rd podium of the season.
You don't have to stay here. No. Enough time to just...
Performance of the day came from Esther Ledecka. Famed all over the world for her double Olympic gold in snowboard and alpine skiing. Memorable moment at the 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympic Games. Winning the Super Giant Slalom was a huge story and surprise, and just a few days later winning the parallel snowboard gold. Missed the 2023 Audi FIS World Cup Tour due to illness and injury. This has been her comeback season. Started off tentatively at the opening races in St. Moritz, where she was 22nd in the downhill, 23rd in the Super G, but slowly but surely peak form has come. 3rd in the last Super G, and then winner today in the 9th and final round. Congratulations to Esther and her team, coach Thomas Bank, mum and manager Susanna. It's a remarkable story, another amazing tale to be told from Esther Ledecka. '29th birthday. Tomorrow she'll celebrate. A 10th podium finish for Ledecka today. Let's take a look at Lara Gutberami. It's a very difficult situation when you're almost secured the title, but you have to finish in the top 15 to make it work. A little more aggressive, slightly higher tempo race execution than we saw in the giant slalom. But it's not about winning the race, it's about taking the discipline globe. That is the goal of all of these racers in action today. And for me, Lara Gutberami, once again, skied like a consummate professional. Didn't win the race. I know many of her critics will say slowest of the season. But still, 3 wins, 5 podiums, all in one season. 45 World Cup victories. Giant slalom champion, overall champion, and now Super G champion. Brilliant work from Lara Gutberami. Skillful execution and a deserved winner of the Audi FIS Super G Alpine Ski Racing Crystal Globe. Fifth time in her amazing career. She said in a post-race interview that this is the discipline that she has loved for so many years in her brilliant career, and takes the globe in Super G for the 5th time.
Fly with caution. Fly with caution.
And there's the announcement that we're all waiting for. Let's head down to the winner's stage and begin our presentation ceremonies.
Herzlich willkommen zur offiziellen Siegerehrung des heutigen Audi FIS Skiweltcup Damen Super G Rennens hier in Saalbach 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official prize giving ceremony of today's Audi FIS Ski World Cup Women's Super G race. We are pleased to present in 3rd place, auf Rang Nummer 3, aus Norwegen, representing Norway, Kaiser Vikofli.
3 podiums in Supergiant Slalom this season for Kaiser Vikofli. In the off-season, well, I'm sure she'll discuss with her coaches, trying to find a little more consistency to challenge for the Globe of 25.
Italian, representing Italy, Federica Brignone.
What a brilliant World Cup finals this talented ski racer is having. Winning the giant slalom last weekend, 2nd in the Super G in the speed weekend here in Saalbach.
First and winner of today's World Cup race here in Saalbach, representing Czech Republic, für die Tschechische Republik, Esther Ledecka.
Esther Ledecka, 4th win, 10th podium. What a way to wrap up the season. What a way to come back from injury. After a tentative start, it just got better and better, and it all clicks in the 9th and final Super G of the season for the double Olympic champion on skis and snowboard. Esther Ledecka wins the last round of the Women's Super G World Cup Tour, and a brilliant finale to the Audi FIS Super G competition for the 24 year.
Wird überreicht von CFO A1 Chief Financial Officer Sonja Wallner.
Kurt Steinkugler, Vice President of the Austrian Ski Federation, Martin Thauner, the head of the Sports Council here in Salzburg, and Sonja Wallner, CFO of A1, are all presenting the trophies and medals. And then great to see Fiona Stevens, a FIS Council member, and former Olympic downhill champion Patrick Ortley, FIS Council member, presenting medals on behalf of the FIS.
The Vice President of the Austrian Ski Federation, Kurt Steinkogler, mit der Trophäe für Esther Ledecka.
What a way to celebrate your 29th birthday.
Ehren der Top 3 des heutigen Tages hier beim Super G werden die Nationalflaggen gehisst.
We all stand for the national anthem, the Czech Republic, in celebration of the success of Esther Ledecka with a spectacular winning performance here in Saalbach Hinterglemm today.
World Cup Women's Super G, the flags will be raised and the national anthem of Czech Republic for Esther Ledecka will be played. Und zur Feier des Tages gibt es natürlich für die Damen noch Wunderbares zu trinken, zu feiern. Blumenbergsekt.
Alles Gute noch. Am Fest.
Once again, a big cheer of applause für Esther Ledecka und Kaiser. Kürze geht's weiter mit der Überreichung der Saisonstrophäe.
And the 1-2-3 for the Super G Tour title is next up at the ceremony stage.
Damit kommen wir zur offiziellen Siegerehrung des Audi FIS Ski Super G Weltcups für die Saison 2023-24. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the official prize giving ceremony honoring the winners of this whole season Audi FIS Ski Women's Super G World Cup. Auf Rang Nummer 3 in third place, representing Austria für Österreich, Cornelia Hütter.
Connie Hütter takes third position in the season's Super G World Cup standings. Wins on home snow in Altamont, contributing the point score for Hütter.
Für Italien, Federica Brignone.
Brignone, 2 wins in Val d'Isère and Kvitfjell. Second here today to wrap up a season chasing Lara Gutberami all the way to the end of the season for the Crystal Globe.
Der große Moment, vor allem auch für sie. Siegerin Super G Gesamtwertung. The 2023-2024 Audi FIS Ski World Cup champion in Women's Super G, representing Switzerland für die Schweiz, Lara Gutberami.
She's having to work hard at these cup finals, but it's all coming together. Last weekend, she wraps up the giant slalom and the overall. Today, the Super G, and hopefully tomorrow the downhill as well. Congratulations to Lara Gutberami.
Presenting medals to the top 3 athletes is
6 podiums from 9 races, including 3 victories. Lara Gutberami takes the Super G Crystal Globe for the 5th time in her career. Fiona Stevens, FIS Council member, awarding the medals.
Große Moment. Die kleine Kristallkugel für die Super G-Wertung. The Crystal Globe will be presented once again from Fiona Stevens to the one and only
Fiona Stevens presenting the globe to Lara Gutberami. She's had us, her fans, and maybe herself on the edge of the seat with nerves for the 2nd time at these World Cup finals. But she's done it again. Last race of the season, deciding the Super G Tour title. Switzerland's Lara Gutberami takes it for the 5th time in amazing career, 45 World Cup wins to date. And there's possibly even more to come in tomorrow's downhill race. Congratulations, Lara.
And the national anthem of Switzerland for Lara Gutberami will be played. Sehr gut, Berami. Und damit kommen wir natürlich auch noch zu den Fotos mit dem Material, was mitunter das Wichtigste ist für die Damen. Head und Head bei Lara und bei Conny. Rosignol für Fede. Für die 3 Siegerinnen. Und in Kürze geht es hier weiter mit den Herren. Danke nochmals und schon jetzt. Have a nice evening, ladies. See you hopefully all 3 tomorrow. And then I would say it's party on here. Abschlussbild und in Kürze übernimmt der Didi das Zepter.
So quite a detailed process now of photographs for the world's media to capture Lara Gut Berami on her own with this title. And just a few moments to go before we go through the men's official ceremonies. 1, 2, 3 of today's race. Of course, a clean sweep for the Swiss team. And then the titles and the globes to be presented. And if you're just joining us live here on FIS TV, well, we'll give you the full story of Marco Odermatt's success story here today when the prize giving begins. What a sensational story this men's Super G has turned out to be. Not only the headline of a Swiss clean sweep, but a young rookie claiming his first podium, an established racer collecting his first victory, and another Swiss skier showing his skill across 3 disciplines here this weekend and last weekend at the Audi FIS Ski Racing World Cup Tour Finals.
In 3rd place, aus der Schweiz, representing Switzerland, Arnaud Boisset.
Arnaud Boisset, rookie to the Tour for 24. Started off his Super G campaign 19th in the season opener in Val Gardena. And throughout the season, improved, went faster, the confidence came. And today, the young 25-year-old Swiss skier records his first podium of his career. Second position for Loic Meillard. He won the giant slalom here last weekend, was 4th in the slalom last weekend, and now claims another podium in the Super G today. Second position. 4 podiums in his last 4 races. Just superb consistency. Stefan Rogentin collects his first ever career win here today in Saalbach Hinterglemm. And at 29 years of age, season after season of hard work and dedication, finally all comes together. Rogentin will never forget his first World Cup win in Saalbach Hinterglemm here today.
Vom Finanzvorstand von A1. Trophy for the 3rd will be awarded by the CEO
Sonja Wallner, the chief financial officer for the A1 company, presenting 3rd position. Martin Sauner, sports councillor of the province of Salzburg, presents the 2nd position trophy
Und dem Vizepräsidenten des österreichischen Skiverbandes bleibt es vorbehalten, dem Sieger die Trophäe zu überreichen. The Vice President of the Austrian Ski Federation has done the honor to toss over the trophy to the champion, to the winner. Stefan Rogentin.
And Kurt Steinkugler presenting Stefan Rogentin with his winner's trophy here today. Congratulations to the Swiss ski team. A clean sweep in the final Super G of the Audi FIS Alpine Ski Racing World Cup Tour.
Zu Ehren der Top 3 des heutigen Super Gs werden die Nationalflaggen gehisst und wir hören die Hymne des Siegers, die Hymne der Schweiz. And now, ladies and gentlemen, in honor of the winners of today's Audi FIS Ski World Cup Men's Super G, the flags will be raised and the national anthem for the winner will be played, the anthem of Switzerland. Arnaud Boisset, Leukmeyer und erster Weltcupsieg für Stefan Rogentin. Nun ist es Zeit zu feiern, ladies and gentlemen. Dear athletes, it's time to celebrate. Und in Österreich bei den Weltcuprennen machen wir es wie immer und am besten mit Schwung 6. This is...
Ja, Fritzi, der Sieger. Ich meine, ja, sicher, klar. Echt gehört die Bühne. Alles gut. Ja, es Mike hat gefragt.
Well, because there's so many presentations to get through, the athletes are being asked not to open their magnums of Austrian champagne spritz, as it's known over here, and they have to wait until later on because we need to make the season awards as well for both women and men.
Erster Weltcupsieg für Stefan Rogentin. In Kürze geht sie weiter und wir überreichen die Kugeln für den Super G Weltcup der Herren. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up shortly, presentation of the Crystal Globes Men's Super G 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much and congratulations to the winner. Dear ski fans, please join us in a few minutes for the official prize-giving ceremony of the 2023-2024 Audi FIS Men's Super G World Cup. Offizielle Siegerehrung des Audi FIS Ski Weltcups Super G 2023-2024 bei den Herren. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official prize-giving ceremony honoring the winners of the 2023-2024 Audi FIS Men's Super G World Cup. We are pleased to present auf Rang 3 in third place für Österreich, representing Austria,
Raphael Haase taking third position in the men's Super G standings for the 24 Tour. 2 podiums, 4 top 10 results. Big step forward in Haase's career.
In second place für Österreich, representing Austria, Vincent Kriechmeier.
Kriechmeier, another rock-solid season. 2 victories in Super G this tour. Yet to win in downhill. Kriechmeier may well save that to the downhill here to wrap up the Audi Tour on Sunday morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2023-2024 Audi FIS Ski World Cup champion in Men's Super G für die Schweiz, representing Switzerland, Marco Odermatt.
He may not have won the last race of the season, but he successfully defends the Super G Globe that he won for the first time last year, and he pulls it off in the very last race of the season. Marco Odermatt still 2 victories, 5 podiums, my apologies. Deservedly the champion of Super G for 2024, and his 3rd confirmed globe at these World Cup finals. Overall, giant slalom, and after today, Super G, with 1 more battle to go, and that is, of course, the downhill shootout, live on FIS TV this coming Sunday. So good to see Patrick Ortlieb, 92 Olympic downhill champion, presenting the awards, and of course Ortlieb, now a FIS Council member, working very hard for the future and the development of our sport. Delighted to shake hands with his fellow countrymen Haase and Kriechmeier, that Odermatt was the better skier this season and has one final duel with the French #1 Sarrazin to decide the downhill globe. But the Super G globe for Odermatt is another milestone in this young lad's brilliant ski racing career.
Die Kristallkugel wird überreicht vom FIS-Ratsmitglied. The Crystal Globe will be presented by the FIS Council member Patrick Ortlieb and Marco Odermatt. Top 3 des Super G-Wettkampf der Herren werden in den Nationalflaggen gehisst und wir hören die Hymne des Siegers. In honor of the winner of the 2023-2024 Audi FIS Men's Super G World Cup, the flags will be raised and the national anthem will be played. Die Nationalhymne der Schweiz, the anthem of Switzerland. Die drei Großen, die Champions, die Giganten, die Hauptdarsteller im Super-G 2023, 2024.
Well, in tough conditions, once again, congratulations to the local organising committee, Rudi Zeller for the men's race, and Basti Gensbichler for the women's races. The local organising committee here have worked so hard on these warm, spring-like conditions to keep the racetrack alive and competitive, and two brilliant Super G competitions here in Saalbach Hinterglemm to wrap up the tour. Two downhills left to go. The women will race their final competition of the Audi FIS World Cup Tour tomorrow, live here on FIS TV, and the men will race their very last race of the tour, downhill competition on Sunday, where Marco Odermatt on screen will go up against Cyprien Sarrazin of the French team in the chase for the downhill tour title.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention. Thanks for this kindly atmosphere. Hopefully see you tonight. 1900, a big draw for tomorrow's ladies downhill. Meanwhile, enjoy your day, enjoy your stay, take care, and goodbye. See you tomorrow, and God bless.
Well, the stadium announcers say their goodbyes, and it's been a brilliant Super G. This is the shot that they were not allowed to do on the stage because of such a tight schedule for the ceremonies. But the Swiss trio, with their 1, 2, 3, begin their celebration. On behalf of the FIS TV team and myself, Nick Fellows, until tomorrow morning's women's downhill, many thanks for your company. It's goodbye for now.